It's finally here. The new StrikerDC Dreamcast controller from RetroFighters. I received this controller in the mail today. I'm really excited to get my hands on it. I'm a huge fan of Dreamcast as well as RetroFighters for their controllers. Today I'm going to do an unboxing, a hands-on, and give you an honest review of what I think about this controller. Let's get started. Right off the bat, I'm a big fan of the box. I love how basic it is, the colors with the white and the orange. I really think it's a good looking box. The sides here, you'll see we have just the RetroFighter name there. They're double colors. On the back, a little short description. Alright, enough about the box. Let's get this open. No tape. Top just slides right off. Alright. Little piece of wrap here just for protection. We've got some RetroFighters stickers. Little FAQ. Gives you some information. One-sided. Got a little quick start instruction manual. Double-sided here. I think this was a Kickstarter that I got the RetroFighters keychain. And then here we are. It does have a 10-foot cord, which is good. Ooh, I love that solid click. Analog stick feels a little bit loose. It's not as, doesn't give as much pushback as I would like. But other than that, glides pretty well. I really like that D-pad. Start button's got a click as well. Face buttons feel good. And we got 2 clicks with the turbo and the clear. I really like the choices that they made. So far, other than the triggers are a little bit mushy, and the analog stick is, it's not as tight as I would like. On the back here, you'll see we've got the StrikerDC just design built in there with the cord coming out. Well, they say it's coming out of the back, but realistically, it is still kind of up near the front here, but it is pointing back, which is a huge, it was a huge issue with the original Dreamcast controller. Alright, let's get this box this side. Let's compare this to the original Dreamcast controller. Right off the bat, you can see the height is not even close. We've got a huge difference here. I like the placement better of the D-pad. That seems a lot better to me. Face buttons are pretty much the same. Let's get a VMU here. See how that looks. So it's very light because it kind of just pulls it right down. Controller is very light, but the original Dreamcast controller is just, I mean, it actually might even be lighter. The original Dreamcast controller is light as well. And I really like those shoulder buttons. Ooh, but I can tell you the triggers and the analog on the original Dreamcast are much tighter, and this is obviously a controller that's been used. But the springiness in those triggers is great, and the analog stick is a lot tighter. But I do really like the D-pad, and I really like clickiness. Yeah. Alright, let's play some games. Alright, let's play some Crazy Taxi. Alright, so the triggers in use not too bad. They are still a little mushy, but they're definitely comfortable to hold down. Same thing, you can certainly notice that the stick is just, it's a little loose. I would never say I'm that good at it, but it's definitely fun to play. Drive. Never want to go to the church. That worked out pretty good. And I'm stuck in the grass. Next game we're going to play is Slave Zero. Ooh. Notice that stick jumps when I'm in this menu. D-pad works perfectly. You just run around as this big robot and just shoot everything up. A lot of strafing, a lot of shooting, just a ton of fun. Alright guys, the StrikerDC, what did I think? I really like it. I mean, I'm a little bit biased. I did back the Kickstarter. I do really enjoy the controllers that RetroFighters make. I just recommend it because I think it's a really fun controller. It's gonna make your Dreamcast even better. Pros, love the design. I love the D-pad and the clicky shoulder buttons and start, turbo, clear. A lot of people will give gripes over how they didn't do 6 buttons on the face, but I actually like the layout of the 4 buttons. I think it fits really well with the size of the controller. Now the controller itself feels really good in the hands. In terms of cons, I would say the only thing I didn't really like was the triggers were a little bit mushy. They weren't as tight and springy as I want. And the analog stick, it could have been a little bit tighter. It feels a little bit loose, and I just feel like over time it might even become even more loose. It might hurt them in the long run. But you've got the 10-foot cable, you've got a really good layout, it supports almost all peripherals. I think it's just a win all around. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit that like button, make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you next time.